Hey guys, it's Ann popping on behind my apron. I hope you're having a great day. I was going to make a batch of pizza burger filling because it's a really great thing to have on hand when you need a quick supper or lunch or you want to take something to somebody. And this is just really, it was a recipe handed down, I think, from my grandmother maybe. And so I thought, well, I'll just pop on here because a little funny thing happened today. I went to look for my pizza sauce because I knew I had a bottle of pizza sauce. And this is exactly how much was left in my refrigerator. And that's not from me. That means my kids or somebody was here and used pizza sauce and left me like all of 2 tablespoons. I don't know, maybe that happens at your house once in a while. So I thought I will show you what I do to make a homemade pizza sauce really quickly when I've needed to substitute something before because I didn't want to take the time to run to the store. So let's talk about that. But first, let's just give you the basic bones of the pizza burger recipe because this one is the old-fashioned one that uses a can of Spam. Yep, it does. And it's delicious in there. If you want to substitute ham, you go right ahead. But I do get the can of Spam. And then I just put it in chunks and put it in the manual food processor. And I literally... I'll just pump this up so it's like ground. Then I don't have to find a grinder or put it through an old-fashioned meat grinder, which is, I think, originally what they did. So I love the processor for this because you guys can see what it does. It also will do onions and carrots and cucumbers and all kinds of things like that. So I'm just going to add this to the mixture that I already started here that also has ground beef in it. You could easily have done ground pork or ground sausage. I also put in some chopped up onions and some mushrooms. You put in whatever vegetables you like on your pizza. If you want to add green peppers, if you want to add black olives, you feel like you can do that. That is totally fine. I do want to add a little bit of seasoning. So our famous Italian seasoning, I already put about a teaspoon out here. I want to add that. And then our black garlic, I really, really like. And so I'm going to use about a half a teaspoon of that. Because I don't like bland food. I want there to be some seasonings. So we have the seasonings in there. And now really all you're left to do is add the sauce and you're adding cheese. So I had this great big bag of cheese in the freezer. So that's what I took out. We're going to do today. But I'm also going to talk to you about the sauce. So in my cupboard, I always try to keep a can of this. It is basil, garlic, and oregano diced tomatoes, okay? So I'm going to take the can opener, which, you guys, I don't know how you live without a good smooth top can opener. If you don't have this, I will tell you, it's one that I absolutely love. So take the top off. And then I'm going to put these diced tomatoes with all the seasonings right down in my blender. I'm going to put the lid on. And yes, I'm using the cooking blender. I'm going to turn my power button on. And I'm just going to go to the grind setting. So I'm just going to hit grind. And I'm just going to push the button and let it start, let it make some noise. And let it grind up all those tomatoes. And you can see now it's really runny. So what do? This is the only time and the only reason I keep instant mashed potatoes on hand because they're a great thickening and they don't change the flavor. So you can use this for soups or sauces or anything that you like. So I'm gonna start with about 1/4 cup of the mashed potato flakes. I'm going to just drop that in the blender and I'm going to hit start again and let it mix for me. And now you guys will be able to see that it's already like a thickness of pizza sauce. So I'm going to measure out my 10 or 12 ounces of that and I will add it to the meat mixture. And then the very last thing I'll do is stir in the cheese. And I probably didn't grab a big enough bowl, so I'll probably do that too, because you do want to put in a couple cups of mozzarella cheese. And then if you're going to make this for using it down the road or to give it to other people and you want to freeze it, my suggestion is to freeze it in a Ziploc bag and then freeze it out flat. because then you can just break out chunks of it to use. If you put it in a Ziploc bag packed down like this, then you have a big solid glob that's froze, okay? That doesn't work as well. Or you could put it in some smaller freezer containers if you use. So if you're going to freeze some, I would recommend one of those two ways versus freezing the entire bowl full. Then just put it on whatever kind of bread bottom you like. So you can use up leftover buns. You can cut open a loaf of French loaf and spread it all across and bake it in the oven then for, you know, usually about 20 minutes or so until it gets all nice and hot through and kind of bubbly. And if you do the French loaf, I see a lot of people spread it all the way out the long way and then bake it like that and then slice to serve. That would be super easy too. So I guess my question of the day for this live is dropping down in comments. If you make pizza burgers, put your recipe in. That would be really awesome to know. And if you don't make pizza burgers, here's something new to try. And if you're following along on one of my virtual parties and you're wondering about products, Manual Food Processor was this name, batter bowl, mix and scraper. I used Italian seasoning and black garlic, the can opener, measuring spoons, and I used the blender, okay? Have a great day.